Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to do a super deep dive into something that might seem a little obscure at first.
Obscure is putting it mildly.
Yeah, obscure might be an understatement.
Yeah.
But trust me on this one.
Okay.
Okay. We are going to be looking at one single line of code from the world of Power Query.
Oh, boy.
But like with all of our deep dives, the goal was to take something very specific and kind of blow it wide open to reveal these like really fascinating ideas and like connections.
Right.
So, real quick, Power Query. What is it, in case someone has never heard of this?
I would say, in the simplest terms, Power Query is a data transformation and preparation engine. It's part of a larger self-service business intelligence suite of tools, including Power BI, Power Pivot, and so on. I think the best way to think of Power Query is as a really powerful ETL tool.
ETL?
ETL, extract, transform, and load.
Okay.
It allows users to connect to a variety of different data sources, things like databases, spreadsheets, text files, web services, even stuff like PDF files. And then once you are connected, Power Query makes it super easy to clean, transform, and reshape that data. So you can analyze it, visualize it, you can use it for reporting, you can build some cool automated workflows with it.
It really is. Like for anyone who works with data on any level, this is such a game changer.
Absolutely. I mean, it can be for anybody from, a business analyst to a data scientist, but even someone who's just dealing with their own personal finances or trying to wrangle some data together for a presentation, Power Query can be a really helpful tool.
That's awesome. Okay, so back to this deep dive. The mystery of the day, this single line of code, which we will put up on the screen for those of you who are watching at home.
You're really going to make them look at this, aren't you?
I am. The line of code is DateTime.FixedLocalNow as DateTime.
Beautiful, isn't it? Poetry?
It is. It's art. So what we are going to do, we're going to look at this word by word, see if we can understand exactly what it is doing. Right.
Okay.
First word, we've got DateTime.
Well, that's the easy part, right? We're talking about dates and times.
Dates and time.
Yeah.
Next up, we have got FixedLocalNow.
Now we're getting into the interesting stuff.
Okay, so now I get now is right now, but why fixed? Isn't now always now? I mean, that is what now means, right?
For us, maybe,
Yeah.
but computers don't experience time the same way we do.
What does that even mean?
Well, think about it. For us, time is this continuous flow, right? It's always moving forward. One moment blends into the next. But for a computer, everything is discrete. It's all about processing information in these individual steps. Super fast, yes, but still steps.
Okay.
So when a computer needs to work with now, it needs a precise reference point. It can't be this constantly shifting target.
So it's like if now was always changing. If the computer didn't know what now was, it would be almost impossible to keep track of anything.
Exactly. Imagine you're trying to run a complex calculation, maybe with thousands of data points updating all the time, and in the middle of it all, now keeps shifting. Your results would be completely unreliable.
Yeah, it'd be chaos.
Chaos is the right word. So what DateTime.FixedLocalNow does is it essentially creates a snapshot of time. It captures the exact moment the code runs and says, this is now for this particular operation.
Yeah.
Of everything that happens after that, it's all referenced back to that fixed point.
So it's kind of like if we were playing a game and we hit pause, the game is frozen, we hit play again, and everything picks up from that exact moment we hit pause.
A perfect analogy.
Yeah.
And it's crucial for ensuring consistency and reliability in so many areas of computing.
Okay. I think I am starting to see why this seemingly simple line of code is actually a lot more powerful than it looks.
It's a deceptively simple line of code.
It is. Okay, so last part we have as DateTime. What is that all about?
So you've got your fixed point in time, you've got the snapshot of now. Now you have to tell the system, hey, this information I'm holding, this snapshot of now, this is date and time data. That's what the as DateTime part does.
It's like labeling the box so the computer knows what is inside.
Precisely. It helps the system understand how to handle that data.
And why is that so important?
Because different types of data require different kinds of operations. You can't add text to a number or divide a date by a Boolean value. They don't work that way.
Makes sense.
So by telling the system that this is DateTime data, it knows what kinds of calculations and comparisons it can perform.
So it is all about keeping things organized, making sure the computer can process everything correctly.
Exactly. Precision and order. Those are the hallmarks of the digital world.
I am constantly amazed by how much thought and complexity goes into even the smallest details. Like, who would have thought that there would be so much to unpack in a single line of code about something as basic as time, right?
It's a testament to the ingenuity of the people who design and build these systems. They're constantly having to find ways to translate the messy analog world we live in into the precise digital language of computers.
It really makes you think about all the things we take for granted, all the invisible work that's happening behind the scenes to make our digital lives possible.
Absolutely. And it underscores a key point. Computers don't think like humans do. We experience time as a continuous flow, but for them, it's all about precision and discrete moments.
So if computers are so focused on fixed now, how do they deal with the future? I mean, how do programmers schedule things to happen later or handle events that haven't happened yet? Is there something like DateTime fixed future now?
No, nothing quite that straightforward. Handling the future is a whole other level of complexity. It involved things like timers, scheduling algorithms, event triggers. It's a fascinating area and maybe something we can explore in a future deep dive.
Yeah, deep dive into the future.
But for now, I think we've done a pretty good job of demystifying this little snippet of code, DateTime.FixedLocalNow, as DateTime. It may not seem like much, but it highlights a fundamental difference in how computers and humans view time. And understanding that difference can give you a deeper appreciation for the intricacies of the digital world.
Totally agree. And it shows that even in the most technical, seemingly obscure corners of the digital world, there are stories to be found, connections to be made, and maybe even a little bit of poetry hidden in plain sight.
Until next time, see you then.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.